Hello friends, now let us take up the concept number 5.14, formatting output using modulus operator. As I told you earlier, when you develop software for your clients, you must focus on I/O, input and output mainly, because your client may not be a programmer. He does not know what is the intricacy in that, which language you are using, which logics you are using, how smart it is, how many hours is spent on development of the project. All that is immaterial to him. He focuses mainly on two elements: how smartly he is able to give inputs to your software, your program, like in ATM, bank ATMs, and how output is presented in a readable format. Two things. So, in order to satisfy your client, you must mainly and especially focus on input and output. Output means not just result. Serving food means not dumping all items in the plate. You have to serve each and every item in an elegant manner. So, in the same manner, while you are producing result of a program, you should format it properly. For formation purpose, several tools are provided by the Python, and in that mainly string format method is the most elegant, simple and flexible method. Wherever possibility is there, we have to use that. But apart from that, some alternatives are there. One of that is using modulus operator. This also, as a matter of integrity, we must learn each and every element which is provided by the language. Some are smart, some are may not be smart, but one thing, we must learn everything. When you see two or more things, you can compare their elegance, their smartness and elegance. Then only whatever you use, whatever you like, wherever you are convenient, that one you can use. That point you must remember. Now, here actually most of you studied C language, because in most universities worldwide, C the first language, now it is being replaced by Python. So, most of you know C. If you know C means you must know printf. In printf, one model is there for producing output or formatting output. One model is there, and Python print also almost similar to that, almost similar to that. That is why first I introduce C printf model, and parallelly I show you Python print model also. Suppose age variable is there in C, age variable you have defined, that you have to write. Then obviously what you write, this is printf, and age, assume that the integer, normally age means integer, and this is a control string. Thereafter we write age. This is the model in printf in C, and Python's print also almost similar. Now you see print. Here single quote you can use, double quote also you can use, because in Python single quote and pair of single quotes and pair of double quotes are the delimiters for string. That is why whatever you like you can use, but maintain consistency. And you see, yes. Now, if you didn't study C and all that, what is percentage D, you may get a doubt. Now, however, you see that percentage D, this is called conversion specifier. Here I have given a table this provides the list of conversion specifiers. For each data type, one specific conversion specifier is provided and %d represents integer, signed integer. Of course, in Python unsigned is not there, you do not bother about it. Thereafter, %i also represents that, but this is the most popular one, and that is why we use. Now, you see the similarity between printf, C printf and Python print. And one more also I show you, C printf, your height, height means normally we define with float point, its data type is float, then height. This is the syntax what we use. Now, as far as print is concerned, %f, this is also valid, and height. See the similarity or closeness of the syntax, whether you know printf or not, do not worry, and you must learn this. Okay. In this way, actually different conversion specifiers are provided for every type. I have given a list, and all these conversion specifiers will be used in the further programs. Now, for the sake of understanding, I explain to you %d and %i for integer, and %o actually in a decimal, in a number system, there are 4 formats: binary, octal, hexadecimal and decimal. So, sometimes we use octal. Octal, in order to represent, is also integer. In order to represent octal, %o, lowercase or uppercase, and hexadecimal. This is for decimal, that is why it is d, and this is for octal, this is for hexadecimal. Okay. And thereafter, %e or %e, exponentation. Already I briefed it, it is a scientific notation, and thereafter g, %g and %g represent floating point with a little, these are little variants, and contextually I explain to you. Sometimes we have to deal with a single character, like in C language, then we have to use %c, and %s. Actually, Python deal with objects. Everything is an object. Python programs deal only with objects. So, those objects are to be converted into string format, then %s we use, and %r is also other here REPR. Using REPR method, we convert Python objects into Python data types into objects, then we can use %r. Thereafter, sometimes we have to print single % symbol, like mathematical % symbol, then we can use. So, all these items I have given a list, and hereafter in the further programs we apply each and every conversion specifier, but you must remember this is our syntax. Here it is integer, decimal integer, here it is float, like that. All types also we can use depending on the requirement of our program.